Namaste बच्चों. Today we are going to know the value of R, gas constant, because if we calculate the value of R by our own, then it will help us to remember these values and how the units are used, and also it will be easy to use the value of R during the calculation. Means calculation based on PV is equal to nRT. In that we can use the value of R. So here we will calculate value of gas constant, that is R, for 1 mole of ideal gas. We will calculate for ideal gas, but we can use for the other gases also, because it is same for the other gases. So it is also known as universal gas constant. So we have PV is equal to nRT, PV is equal to nRT. So with the help of this, we can write R is equal to PV by NT. Here 1 mole of ideal gas, for that we are going to calculate. Now if P is equal to under the condition of under STP. STP means standard temperature and pressure. So the value of P is taken 1 bar and temperature is 273.15 Kelvin, and under this temperature and pressure, the molar volume, since number of mole is 1 mole, so volume of 1 mole of gas is observed 22.7 liter. 22.7 liter. So if we put this value in this relation, 1 bar volume is 22.7 liter by 1 mole into 273.15 Kelvin. So if we calculate, we will get 0.0831. Now units, what units are there? Bar, liter, per mole, per Kelvin. Bar, liter, per mole, per Kelvin. So in scientific notation, when you express in scientific notation, two place right, then the value will be 8.31 into 10 to the power minus 2, because two places right, minus 2. Again we can write bar, liter, per mole, per Kelvin. This is the value of R. So this is, you note down. Here we have a value of R in terms of bar, liter, per mole and per Kelvin. So note down it. Now in SI unit, you know that the unit of pressure is, so I will use SI unit, like it means that in terms of Pascal, in terms of Pascal. In terms of Pascal. Now here you see, in place of bar, if we use the SI unit of pressure, that is Pascal, so what would be the value, and for that what would be the value of R, we will calculate. So here you see, first you see 1 bar, what is the relation? 1 bar is equal to, if we are taking pressure 1 bar, 1 bar is equal to 10 to the power 5 Pascal, and you know that 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton meter square. Here you see, this is the unit of pressure, and volume, what volume? Volume, that is it is in liter, it is in liter. So that value we use here. If pressure is 10 to the power 5 Pascal, molar volume is 22.7 liter. In place of liter, if we write in meter cube, then what would be the value? 22.7 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. 1 liter is equal to 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube. And number of mole is 1 mole, and temperature is 273.15 Kelvin. Now if we put, then what value we are getting, you see. Then R is equal to PV, here 10 to the power 5 Pascal, into volume is 22.7 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter cube by 1 mole into temperature is 273.15 Kelvin. So when we calculate here, see again, if we divide 22.7 by 273.15, then what value we will get? We will get 0.0831, this one, into, here you see, solve it, you will get 10 to the power 2, and Pascal meter cube per mole per Kelvin. Now here you see, when you write in scientific notation, it will be 8.31. Now 10 to the power minus 2 into 10 to the power minus 2, 10 to the power minus 2 and 10 to the power 2, that will cancel. So directly we can write R is equal to 8.31 Pascal meter cube per mole per Kelvin. So this is the another value in terms of SI unit. Now if we use Newton per meter square in place of Pascal, 1 Pascal is equal to this one, then we can change this. You can see the value of R in terms of joule also. Just I am going to show. Note down. Now here you see, I am rubbing this one. Here you see, in place of Pascal, if you use, since 1 Pascal is equal to 1 Newton per meter square, this value, then R is equal to, here see, 8.31 Pascal, that is Newton per meter square into meter cube per mole per Kelvin. Here you see, we can write 8.31 Newton meter per mole per Kelvin. Now for this is the you know that this is work, force into distance, force into displacement. So in place of that, we can use the unit of work, that is joule. So here R is equal to 8.31 joule per mole per Kelvin. Mainly this value is used in thermodynamics. But the first one, that value, that is in terms of bar liter, we will use during the calculation. PV is equal to nRT. One more is there, that is related to the atmospheric pressure. When we take pressure as 1 atmosphere, this is old, but still it is used in chemistry. So for that, you see the calculation. Here, see. May I rub this? So note down this one. So we are going to use the order unit if pressure is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure and temperature is 273.15 Kelvin. So this is the STP. Before we are using this, if number of moles of gas is 1 mole, so what would be the volume? Volume will be 22.4 liter. Here volume changes because atmosphere is little greater than bar. So for this, the value of R, pressure into volume, pressure is 1 atmosphere, volume is 22.4 liter, divided by, here number of mole 1 mole into 273.15 Kelvin. So when you divide 22.4 by 273.15, you will get 0.082 liter atmosphere. You can write atmosphere liter also, per mole per Kelvin. Now here you see, in case if you write in scientific notation, then we have to write 8.2. If you use 0, you can write, listen, if you divide 273, if you divide this value by 273 only 273, then you will get the value 0.0821. But here we have used this value, so we will get this one. 2 places in right, 10 to the power minus 2, or you can write atmosphere liter per mole per Kelvin. So here you see, this is the another value of R that is also used in during calculation when pressure. So we have seen different units of R is there. So different value of R is based on different unit. When we use the unit atmosphere for the pressure and for volume liter, then we get this value. But when we use bar, then we get 8.31. So different values are there, and with the by observing the numerical problem, we will apply it. Now one more discussion will be there that will be useful in Dalton's law of partial pressure. That is, a device will come, that the name of that device is manometer. Now what is manometer? First we write the introduction or definition. A device which is used to measure the pressure of a trapped gas. Now listen, barometer is used to measure the atmospheric pressure. But if any gas is there and it is trapped in a container or enclosed in a container, then how can we measure the pressure of that gas? So here manometer is of two types. One is open end, and other is closed end. So I am going to show the closed end because it will be used. We will use this in Dalton's law of partial pressure. So here you see, this is a closed end manometer. We are going to discuss about this. Here you see, this is the gas chamber. And this is the knob. With the help of that, we allow the gas to enter in this chamber. And here a U tube is there, that is graduated. You see, and the here you see, right limb of this U tube is closed, and in this mercury is filled. When we put mercury in the limb, then here this part is vacuum. Now if any if atmospheric gases is there or air is there, if air will be there, how will it measure the pressure? If air will be there, then this is the initial height. In absence of air, if no any gas or air is there, that is the in case of vacuum, the level of mercury will be equal in each of the limb. In absence of, so in case of vacuum, if vacuum is there, in both the cases, then this situation will be there. But if we allow air to enter inside it, if air will come, then what would be the situation? Here see, I am going to draw another picture, or just you see, I am filling air in it. So what will happen? If air is allowed at normal pressure, you know that air will exert 1 atmospheric pressure. So when it allow, here you see, these are the molecules of air, then it will exert pressure on this mercury level. And what would be its height to raise in the right limb? It will go up to 76 centimeter. It will go up to height 76 centimeter. Here you see, it will go initial height 76 centimeter, that is 760 mm. So this is mercury, Hg. This height will be there, and if we measure the height, this will equal to the pressure of the gas inside. Here normal air is there, it will exert a pressure which is balanced by a height of 76 centimeter mercury. So with the help of this, we can measure the pressure of the gas. Again, if we remove this air, and we are going to put some particular gas, air is a mixture of different gases, but if we are going to remove air from it, then it might be exert some pressure which is less than air. So at this condition, if any other gas, if H2 gas is there, if we have filled H2 gas, first remove air and then allow H2 gas to enter in this chamber. So let this H2 gas exert the pressure. Here you see the height from initial, means when you see the height of limb in the left, and see how it what is the difference? This is the difference. So this will be the pressure of hydrogen gas taken inside the chamber. So in this way we will use the manometer to measure the pressure of a gas trapped in a container. So we will use it. Now we are going to start Dalton's law. Dalton's law of partial pressure. Dalton's law of partial pressure. So we will discuss first. See the statement. What is the statement? It states that the pressure exerted by a mixture of gases. It states that the total pressure, here we will write the word total pressure exerted by a mixture of gases is equal to the sum of partial pressure of individual gases. Now listen, the word partial pressure comes. What is partial pressure? What is partial pressure? I am writing here. Partial pressure is the partial pressure of a गैस. किसी भी गैस का पार्शियल प्रेशर है क्या? क्योंकि ये क्या बोल रहा है स्टेटमेंट, डाल्टन्स लॉ ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर क्या बोलता है कि टोटल प्रेशर एक्सर्टेड बाय अ मिक्सचर ऑफ गैसेस इज इक्वल टू द सम ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर्स ऑफ इंडिविजुअल गैसेस. जैसे एक मिक्सचर में मान लेते दो गैसेस है ए और बी, वो जो टोटल प्रेशर जो मिक्सचर जो एक्सर्ट करेगा वो दोनों के पार्शियल प्रेशर के सम के बराबर होगा. तो हम यह समझेंगे कि व्हाट इज पार्शियल प्रेशर. तो पार्शियल प्रेशर ऑफ अ गैस इज द प्रेशर ऑफ द गैस. उसी गैस का प्रेशर है, प्रेशर ऑफ द गैस व्हेन it is kept alone in the same container under same conditions of टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर. ये क्या बोलता है कि अगर आप मान लेते हैं, जैसे अभी हम लोग मैनोमीटर को दिखाए थे, वी हैव शोन मैनोमीटर. इन मैनोमीटर इफ वी कीप द मिक्सचर ऑफ गैसेस इट विल exert certain pressure. Their pressure is measured in terms of height of the mercury in the right link. अगर उस मिक्सचर के बदले कोई एक गैस को रखे तो उसका जो प्रेशर एक्सर्ट करेगा उसको हम उस गैस का क्या बोलेंगे, पार्शियल प्रेशर. तो डाल्टन्स लॉ ऑफ पार्शियल प्रेशर क्या बोलता है? इट स्टेट दैट the total pressure of the mixture will be the sum of partial pressure of the individual gases. So we can understand this statement with the help of a diagram also or picture also. So first you note down this. This is the statement and this is the statement of the partial pressure. I think you have noted. Take the screenshot. Now I am going to rub this one. अब देखो यहाँ पर हम लोग ये डिफरेंट मैनोमीटर ले रहे हैं. We are taking different manometer. Let any gas A is there. Here you see, this is the U tube. It is already graduated in centimeter so that we can see the height of the mercury. Height of the mercury. Let any gas A is there. Gas A is trapped in this container. Let these are the molecules of A. So it will exert pressure. It will exert pressure. So let the height. This is the height, actual height, that raise in height will be there, and it means so here you see this is the difference in height or raise in height. Let this indicate the pressure of this gas, and this pressure is called the partial pressure of A, because here A is alone. A is alone. Let the partial pressure is indicated by PA, partial pressure of A. Now in the second case you see we are taking another gas. Since we have lack of space, so we are drawing here. This time we have taken another gas. Let it is indicated by the different symbol. Another gas. Let this is gas B alone. So this will increase certain height. Let this is the height, that is raise in height is this, or difference in height is this. Let this is, so see the mercury level. So this difference in height of mercury, that indicates the partial pressure of B. Let this is PB. Now Dalton's law of partial pressure states that if you mix A and B, one more thing is there. Now one thing is left in the definition, that mixture of non-reactive gases, you must add in the definition. Again, if you see the Dalton's law of partial pressure, if the statement is there, the pressure exerted by a mixture of non-reactive gases, you add it. Non-reactive gases means if we are taking gas A and B, when we mix, then A will not chemically react with B. So that will be that form of mixture, but A will not react with B. So it should be non-reactive gases. Here A and B. I will write here. Now again you see we are going to mix A and B in the same manometer. Then what would be the pressure of the mixture you see? So Dalton's law of partial pressure. Here you see we are taking this is the partial pressure exerted by gas A. This is the partial pressure exerted by gas B. Now we are mixing gas A. These are the molecules of gas A and these are the molecules of gas B. So two types of gases are there. Gas A. Now here you see mixture of non-reactive gases A and B. So this is very important condition. Gases must be non-reactive. You must add it a mixture of non-reactive gases in the definition that I just left to write. So you must write. आप जरूर definition में mixture of non-reactive gases लिखोगे. यहाँ A और B जो है वो non-reactive है. ठीक है. अब देखो A जो है the gas A exerting certain height, exerting certain pressure, which is responsible for raise in certain height in mercury level, and gas B exerting certain pressure uh, partial pressure of B, it is also responsible to raise in height of mercury. So if we take the mixture of A and B, then again it will exert certain pressure. Dalton states that the mixture of non-reactive gases will exert the pressure. That pressure will be sum of partial pressure of A and B. So if you see again, it means if we add these heights, this is the height exerted by the mixture of gas A and B. So this is the total pressure of the mixture, and this is the height, difference in height of mercury level. Here see. So this is Dalton's law states that P total must be equal to PA, partial pressure of A, and partial pressure of B. We can write here it must be equal to PA and PB. So we will just write in the statement. This is the P total. Now what Dalton's law states, that it states that the total pressure exerted by a mixture of non-reactive gases is equal to the sum of partial pressures of the individual gases. Which are individual? Here A and B are the individual gases. So here you see we can write. Now may I rub this picture? Now this diagram will help you to understand the Dalton's law of partial pressure in a great way, easy way. Okay? So as per, now we will mathematically derive or mathematically express Dalton's law of partial pressure. Let two non-reactive gases are A and B. So this is first. Let the partial pressure of gas A is equal to PA and the partial pressure of gas B is equal to PB, and total pressure pressure of the mixture of A and B, it will be P total. Therefore, applying Dalton's law of partial pressure, P total. Now this is the statement. P total is equal to PA, partial pressure of A, and partial pressure of B. So this is equation 1. So this is the statement of partial pressure. Now listen, we can express these in terms of mole fraction also. How can we express? You just see. So note down this one or take the screenshot. Let the number of moles of the gases A and B are Na and Nb respectively. So let the number of moles of A is Na and number of moles of B is Nb. So what would be the total number of moles of the mixture? Therefore, total number of moles of the mixture. What would be the total number of moles? Na plus Nb. Now we will use these value here. You see, applying ideal gas equation. You know ideal gas equation. It is ideal gas equation on the mixture. We apply the ideal gas equation for the mixture. So what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equal to nRT. So for mixture, the pressure is P total and volume. Let volume is V and number of moles, it is Na plus Nb into RT. Here V and T is constant for the mixture as well as the individual gases, and R is the gas constant. So PV is equal to Na plus Nb RT we can write. So for this we can calculate P total is equal to P total will be Na plus Nb and it is RT by V. This is equation 1. Equation 1 we have written earlier. This is equation 2. P total is equal to Na plus Nb into RT by V. Now we apply the ideal gas equation on the, here we have applied for the mixture. Now we will apply this ideal gas equation for the individual gases. For the individual gases, gas A, gas B. Then what relation we will obtain, you see. Note down. Applying ideal gas equation for the individual gases. So we have taken only two gases. You can take 3, 4, 5, any of them. It is not only for two gases. It is true for mixture of more than two gases also. More than two gases. For convenience, I have taken only two gases. So here you see, applying ideal gas equation on for gas A. For gas A. So what is the partial pressure? PA. Pressure of the gas A is PA. Volume is constant PV. N. Na is the number of moles of A and RT. So we can write again PA is equal to Na RT by V. Here see, Na RT by V. Equation 3. Similarly, we can get for gas B. Similarly, PB is equal to, what would be the value? PB is equal to number of moles of B into RT by V. Equation 4. Now divide 3 by 2. PA by P total. PA divided by P total. Then what we get? You see. 3 equation 3 divided by 2. What will get? 3 is PA by P total is equal to Na into RT by V, and here Na plus Nb, this is the number of moles of the mixture, into RT by V. So similar term cancels. So what we get? Na plus Nb. Now remember the definition of mole fraction. What is mole fraction? It is the ratio of number of moles of a component to the total number of moles of the mixture. So this is the number of mole of A, and this is the total number of mole of the mixture. So this will give the mole fraction of A. Mole fraction of A. And you know that mole fraction is indicated by chi. So in place of this, we can write, mirror this one. In place of this, we can write PA is equal to, here this will give the mole fraction chi, mole fraction of A, and into P total pressure of the mixture, where chi A is what? Mole fraction of fraction of A. So this will give a relation here, see, PA. Similarly, we can write similarly if number of gases, if different gases are there, A, B, C, D, E, if for this is the general relation, so we can get the partial pressure of any gas in terms of mole fraction of that gas. If we know the mole fraction of that gas and multiply it with the total pressure of the mixture, we can get the partial pressure of the individual gas. So this is a general equation, that P partial pressure of ith gas, this is the general equation, partial pressure of ith gas is equal to mole fraction of the ith gas into total pressure of the mixture. So this is the general equation. So in terms of mole fraction, in this way we can correlate the partial pressure and total pressure with the mole fraction, or expressed in terms of mole fraction. So this is the equation that we will use, equation 5. This equation will be used during solving the numericals. During solving the numericals, which is based on the Dalton's law of partial pressure. Now you must correct the definition, mixture of non-reactive gases. Again, I am remembering you that I missed to write. Now thank you for having this class. You must prepare the note properly and it will be helpful. Thank you.